People like it, there's nothing.
You know, I don't really need to make meatballs because the good burger's already made.
Makes sense. They're already in the shape. Meatballs. I think this one's just more creamy.
What am I going to use in the oven then? Just some mushrooms. I can always roast some carrots. There's no point roasting carrots. Are you happy with burgers for dinner?
Yeah, the oven's just going to make it hot inside.
Well, oven's a bad idea. Zucchini. You cook zucchini in the oven. Alright. Are you hungry now?
Yeah. Not you.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm just saying, should I put the vegetables in the oven and then just cook the burger patties in a fry pan now and then have the vegetables to eat later separate? Yeah, well, you can have the entree of mushrooms, mixed mushroom stir fry. Caviar on toast? No, I don't think it's the right weather for caviar on toast. But no, I'll just cook this. I'll make a mixed mushroom dish now. I think zucchinis and cucumbers are the best vegetables. They just seem like they're so natural. And you can never get sick of zucchini and cucumbers, can you? I've never heard someone say they don't like zucchini or cucumber. Actually, someone did tell me they don't like cucumbers recently.
I didn't like them as a kid.
Yeah, but as a kid you don't like anything except for sweets and getting beaten up. You know, Candace offered to pay for Mum's tyres for her car, and Mum still refused to let her use the car when she comes to visit for her wedding. Yeah. It goes to show people's priorities really are. But you know what they say? They say, judge them not, for they know not what they do. Like, people are just so unaware. Like, Charisse, she got mad at me. No one... I'm not going to say anything wrong. Charisse got mad at me, right? And all I said to her is that she hurt my feelings by not inviting me on New Year's Eve. And she's like, how dare you say I lack empathy? But she got cross at me for telling her that I'm upset with her. And now I'm the bad guy.
That's also the way you say maybe. Maybe you upset her by saying certain words.
I didn't say anything mean. All I said was that I'm hurt. I'm hurt that she didn't invite me. And she said that, oh, you wouldn't like this guy I'm friends with. And I'm like, how do you sure you know me that well? Like, I spend my whole life around...
What did she say?
She said, I wouldn't like her and Sunny's friend. And so she invited Connor and Zoe to hang out with her on New Year's Eve, but she didn't invite me and you because she says she knows I wouldn't like her friend. But the thing is, I spend my whole life around people I don't like, and what I do like is being close to my family, particularly after I come back from America, particularly on New Year's Eve.
How bad is a friend that you wouldn't like you so much?
Yeah, exactly.
You would throw things.
Yeah. And all I'm trying to say is that I feel like Charisse doesn't feel my emotions. She doesn't see how her actions affect me. And she got angry at me for saying that. Because she wants to be known as the person who's always good. But she cannot deny that I was hurt. Because only I can know how I felt. We can argue over what we did, but you can't deny over someone's feelings. I can't remember what came before. Hold on, stay inside. And this boring reality, choosing to be here, this body holding me, is a reminder here that I am not alone. This body holding me, remind me here that I am not alone. This body holding me. God, don't you ever just hear your voice and just think how much fucking sucks? You know what they say, at 20, you have the face that you're born with. But by 30 or 35, you have the face you deserve. So if you live a life of a self-destructive lifestyle, it starts to get written on you. But at like 20, 18, no matter how destructive of a person you are, you can still look good. But if you keep doing that, then you start to look like who you really are. Oh, damn. Oh, these oyster mushrooms so mushy. The fuck? Looks like shit. I wouldn't have used it if it's that bad. Like,
Well, you should put like bake.
what do I have it on?
Bake pizza. It always makes smoke.
Oh, it's too smoky. You know, I think it's amazing how we undersell how important it is to not overindulge in cheat meals, because when you have a lot of junk, it just makes your body look so terrible, and people judge you by your looks. If you're not looking good, people just treat you like shit. Like, people hate ugly people. Especially as a man, if you don't take care of yourself and you're not rich, then it's like people fucking hate you. If you're ugly and fat and not rich, you just better off being dead.
This is my bed.
Oh wow, you've got lots of love. You know the expression, I can't afford to buy cheap things? I feel like people think it's okay to eat junk food because it's cheap. But the things that are cheap are only cheap because the government makes them cheap. They want you to do it. They want you to get sick and be ugly so that no one wants to hang out with you. It's all a conspiracy, man. They want us sick.
You should become a mother before you
Who wishes to become a mother? She wants to be a mother? Oh. Well, of course. I mean, why wouldn't any woman want a young woman to be a mother? Especially if you're with good genes, like if you're kind and beautiful and disease-free and stable, emotionally, financially. And it's just nice having kids around, you know? Especially in small doses. It's just they keep you young. Like something happens when you're around a lot of small children. Especially if you know you're somehow related to them, you just get more power. It's like an enhancement. Like it's crazy when people say, oh, they can't afford to have kids. when having kids actually makes you richer. You know what's interesting, Katya? I found out that 20 years ago they changed the one-child policy in China, changed it to 2, and then 10 years ago they changed it to 3. But you know what's happened?
It's not 3.
No, but now it's 3. You can have 3 kids in China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, the birth rate has stayed the same since 30 years ago. Like now they're trying to encourage people to have more kids, but no one's having kids.
Yeah, okay.
Isn't that funny? That now people are allowed to have kids, but no one wants to. They're like, ew, I want to go out to dinner. You know, I feel like in the future, people who have kids, they're going to be like celebrities. Because everyone will want to be like, oh my God, next generation. There's people who are going to be alive in 70 years. It's going to be such a wow factor to have kids. Trust me, it's going to be more impressive than a electric BMW. Katya, you know it was interesting. They did a test on one of these mainstream Australian TV shows. It was the brand new BMW sedan, electric versus gas powered, and they went from Melbourne to Sydney. And they found out that the gasoline powered vehicle was actually much more affordable than electric. So maybe, you know, when we had that fees, $25 cheaper a day for gasoline, and it would have been the same because it cost a lot more just to charge.
Yeah, it's not that cheap unless you have it in your own house or like your own private station or something.
Yeah. But I mean, even if you're charging your electric car in your own house, it's still going to cost you electricity, right? Like in Europe, places like Germany, isn't it like really expensive for... Yeah, I know, but it's still very expensive to have electric. And I feel like with oil and gas, because it's a private company, it's harder to raise the price. Whereas with electricity, once they've made everyone have electric cars, it's just going to be so easy for them to regulate who can drive. So it can be like, only people in District 1 can drive. Patrick, do you think there'll be resistance to the mandate to force everyone on electric cars? No, not yet, but when it comes out, I think there'll be a resistance. No, but I mean, people who are in a position of prominence already have electric cars. Like most comfortable middle class people are already on the electric car wagon. So there'll be only poor people who are really rioting. And who gives a shit about poor people? Because then people like Kasusha or anyone who have like good jobs, they'll be like, oh, well that's just, they can't afford electric cars, that's why they're upset. They'll be like, maybe if you study hard at school, then you can afford to have a nice car. But I still think there'll be ways to get petrol. It'll just be like underground. Yeah, black market petrol. And all is well. You know, it's funny. Candace was saying with me when I was in Dubai recently that she doesn't like having electric stuff around her baby. But then her friend just dropped off what she doesn't need the other day. It was one of those little baby machines that rock your baby back and forth.
It's not electric.
Well, it's a battery, like it's a machine.
You need that black kind of there.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is it's like machine powered.
No, it's the one toilet. It doesn't have any.
Canvas?
Yeah. Doesn't have any electric. It's just physics. So when
Push it, it rocks.
yeah, when you just it bounces.
It's like the that maths tool that has 5 pieces of metal balls and you lift it and
It has no motor.
there's no motor. Okay, that's interesting. Well, the only reason I said that is because Candace described it as an electric style of baby bed thing. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's amore. I'm gonna have so many mushrooms, you're gonna know what's gonna hit you.
What are you thinking about?
I'm cooking all 3 packets of mushrooms. Well, I think that you need a good vitamin D hit. You know, I've actually heard sometimes it's better to eat more of one food type at once. Like with strawberries, you don't really get the health benefits unless you have like 30 at once. You know? So you're better off eating lots of the same food type so you can actually get the majority of the benefits out of it. It's not really that beneficial to have just a little bit of mushroom, a little bit of this, you know? That looks hot. I always feel like mushroom dishes, you always want more. You always just eat less than what you want, just because it runs out. When do you ever get to a point where you can eat as many mushrooms as you want? It just doesn't really happen. What can we really cook with the mushrooms? I think it'll be nice to have some kind of cream sauce.
Oh, so you add some garlic?
That's it, yeah, garlic, yeah.
Garlic, butter, I don't think we have any cream or garlic.
Yeah. That's right. I'll add some butter and garlic will do the job. You know, Katya, it seems to me like there's actually a bit of an anti-wedding agenda going on. Like, when do you even hear of the benefits of weddings? You know, like films, they always talk about the pressure. You know, there's never anything special about it, really, is there? Like, movies are always about people at the last minute that change their minds, or like, I don't think people understand the significance of a wedding. Well, they're only small because, yeah, that's selfish. Because no one puts effort into weddings, or not many people, they lose their reputation, so people don't even bother to go. And then it's like people who are going to have good weddings, they don't get to people excited to come because other people have ruined it. But I have been to some pretty boring, like where the speeches are too long and stuff, and you know what I think it is? I think it's just most people are too wooden. They just don't put enough effort into their personality. So people aren't that exciting to bring. And they try to drink so they get charming, but then they're just silly. I just think most people, like, it may be okay one-on-one in family because you know their family or you love them. And it also comes down to the fact that I think that people don't put enough effort into it. Like, they should try to be healthy before so that their brain's working well, you know? Like, it should be mandatory that you are sober for like 3 days before the wedding. And that maybe we should do like a health retreat before our wedding so that people are really healthy just before. Like, you know, do yoga and meditation and stuff, and, you know. Not us, the guests. Yeah, like, you know, I was thinking with a restaurant, You know how people focus on having good food and like, you know, trendy waitresses with cool costumes. What if you had to do like an obstacle course and you had to do like challenges before you went to the restaurant, so you're actually kind of pumped up, you know, you're not just like, imagine if you're like a really rich person, you just gotta you roll out of bed into the restaurant, you're like, entertain me, you know? But if you had to do some work before you went to the restaurant, then that's the number one thing that increases your appetite, is work. Yeah, well, something like that. Maybe they should like escape from imaginary. And maybe we can like make a you know, like a fake kidnapping for people, and then they escape, and then they run out, and it's like happy wedding day. Like, I just don't think, you know, and people are just overfed as well. Like, going to a wedding, you're supposed to be excited for the food. But when people have so much, they always treat themselves anyway, like, why is it any different? I had an old boss tell me once that on his wedding day, that they all stayed up to like 2, 3 a.m. in the hotel room. Like, they were all drinking and partying together, you know? Like, it wasn't about the bride and groom and being together one-on-one late at night. It was just about just getting drunk together. That was the primary focus. No, I'm just telling you the story. Just that, you know, the primary objective is just to make it a really good hoot and tooting party. No, obviously you've made my opinions on that well aware, because I think it's very sad to have everyone drunk at the wedding, because then they don't remember it. If the phone gets too hot, it'll say getting too hot.
Okay, hello.
Fucking selfish people. Fuck. Nothing, I was just thinking about what I read earlier. Oh, just people's obsession with money over reputation and trying to be a good person. It's just people are so narrow-minded, like they're willing to lose reputation just so they get the illusion of comfort from resources.